Hi guys, welcome to your moon in Taurus. In this video, we're talking about the strongest placement in your personal natal chart, where you see the true essence of the Taurus energy. Now, I always start my videos with if it's a realist moon or fantasist moon, and Taurus moon is a fantasist moon because it's ruled by Venus, and Venus represents all things that are sensual, pleasure, Epicurean. So let's dive right in. I wanna focus on a couple things here. Now, Taurus moon is a sister sign to Libra moon. These guys are so similar, it'll be very hard for you to figure out if the person you're dealing with is a Taurus moon or a Libra moon. There are differences and you can easily spot them. I personally think that Taurus moon are every annoyance or say a foible of Libra moon is offset in Taurus moon, because Taurus moon is an earth sign. So if you want a decisive version of a Libra moon, you're gonna find that in Taurus moon. If you want a hardworking version of Libra moon, you're gonna find that in Taurus. There are those type of element differences because Libra is an air sign, so Libra is all wishy-washy, wants to go with the flow, whereas you see the earth element in Taurus moons playing out in such a way that they are organized, they're more the planner sign. They will plan their things. They are more organized. They are more, inclined to doing things in a structured manner, whereas the Libra moon would be like, let's go with the flow. So basically, the things that you don't like about Libra moon, if you want there's, let's say, foibles that you don't like in a Libra moon, say you think that they're just so indecisive and they take forever to decide on things, you're not going to get that annoyance in Taurus moon. Taurus moon, there are certain things that makes me like Taurus moon more than Libra moons is, number one, if you are a sign, if you are looking for someone who is family oriented, someone that's going to give you commitment, that's a Taurus moon. One thing that I've always seen and observed in Taurus moon folks, whether it's a male or a female, these guys build families. They are loyal to their families. I'm not delving into whether Taurus moon are cheaters or not, because like I said to you, cheating is more a nurture aspect. Like if someone's a cheater, you look to their nurture. You don't look to their sign for that. But what you can see in astrology is if somebody's more prone to being a commitment phobe versus someone that seeks stability. Earth signs seek stability, whereas air moons are commitment phobic. The reason air moons are commitment phobic is because they are freedom centric. They like to retain their freedom, to feel free to do what they want to do. They don't want to be in restrictive relationships, and most relationships are restrictive and they feel suffocated. So the air moons tend to feel suffocated in that. But if you're looking to be in a relationship, you want stability, you don't want wishy-washy confusion in your relationship, look no further. If you don't want these things, look no further than Taurus moon. Taurus moon people they take their commitment seriously. They are looking to build a family. And when I say they're loyal to their family, they're the type of people who you go to their houses and you see like pictures of their family. You go to their offices, you'll see pictures of their family. Unlike Leo, and I find this so fascinating between Leo and Taurus moon. Leos are the people that want to showcase that they have a family. They want appearances. Whether they put in the work for that, that's a separate matter. Taurus moon actually puts in the work to build a solid family. Like when you're seeing that picture in their office, that family picture in their office, when you're seeing that family picture in their home, the work they put in to bring that family together, that's admirable. These men and women, they are good mothers and fathers. They put their family first. They make sacrifices to keep that family together. And I really like this about Taurus moon. I've always seen this in the individuals that I came across who are Taurus moon, the work they put in into building that family. Whereas, you know, certain signs are like, oh, look at my family, and there's a family picture, but then all you see is then they're living selfishly. You'll see that in Leo dominant people. Leos also live for that public image. They want to have a good public image. So, you know, the family man, the family woman, they have a good image associated with that. When someone says he's a family man, she's a family woman, you know, people automatically assume this person must be good. They must be, you know, self-sacrificial, selfless, but that's not always the case. And there's that stark contrast. Like, there are people who are all about that good public image, but then when you really see how they conduct their life, all you see is selfishness, and they're living their life for themselves, and they're not really putting their children first. They're not putting their family first. But Taurus moons, they do that. If you are looking to build a family, Taurus moon is a solid placement to go for. My favorite actor, Robert Downey Jr., is Taurus moon. And if you notice, he's always done long-term relationships. Taurus moons are not the playboys of the zodiac. They're not the playgirls of the zodiac. They're the ones that they do long-term relationships. They like stability. They don't want to deal with people that are like, I'm into you today, I'm not into you tomorrow. They want that stability, and not only are they like that in relationships, they seek long-term relationships, they seek someone that they foresee marrying, and then when they do get married to that person, they put their family first. Even if, let's say, a Taurus moon is cheating, they're not leaving their family for the side person, for that mistress or for that paramour. They're not leaving, they're not ditching their family. They take their family seriously. So family oriented, and they're invested in building a home. This is why there's a strong compatibility between Cancers and Taurus, because these guys like to build a nest, and they like to see that they're and I'm gonna do a comparison between plants and children, but they see their children as plants, and they want to see them prosper. They raise good children. They really invest into their family. And so that's one thing I really like about Taurus moon. And that is it's a glaring yet contrasting difference it's a big contrast between these two, Libra moon and Taurus moon, because they're very similar and they're both ruled by Venus, but you see the element playing out in these signs, in the way that Taurus moon is family centric and the other is more freedom centric. And Libra moons come across as commitment phobic. They're serial monogamist. They like to be in relationship because Libra is a sign of relationship, but whether they can hold on to a long-term relationship, that's a separate matter. And they just don't like to feel confined. They like being in a comfortable conjugal relationship, but the moment things start to get serious, Libra moons kind of panic because they kind of feel like, oh my God, I'm losing my freedom. Whereas Taurus moon, Earth moons are not so, they're not apprehensive of being tied down. They're not apprehensive of commitment. They want that. They want stability. They want a solid partner who's going to be there. So family oriented, that's the first thing, notable difference between these two placements that you see right away. The second thing about Taurus moon is that unlike Libra moon, these guys are hardworking. Libra moons are lazy. Never met a hardworking Libra. These guys have precarious incomes. Like, they don't have stable careers. They're jumping around doing different things because they get mentally exhausted. They're like children. Libra moons are children. If you want a mature individual, like a Libra moon version that's mature, that takes their commitment seriously, that are practical, then you go for Taurus moon. Taurus moon like the earth element, hardworking, practical. They're not your children of the zodiac. They take, they're practical about life's requirements. And this is why they build a solid family, because they realize that to build a solid family, you need a strong foundation. And strong foundation is only going to come if you're building a good career. So Taurus, if you want a solid relationship, you want to build something solid, Taurus moon is that. Why they're similar and the Venus influence is they're both very charming. This is why you can't set them apart at first. It's only when you get close to them that you'll start to see these differences, and then you'll be like, oh, that's a Taurus moon, or that's a Libra moon. But Taurus moons, they're like, so they're hardworking, and where they're similar is the demeanor. Very pleasant people. They don't like to rock the boat. They both sit on the fence. Very charming. You've seen Robert Downey Jr., how charming he is. And when I say charming is usually associated with people who sit on the fence. They play all sides. They don't usually vocalize what they genuinely believe in or what they think, because they don't want to ruffle feathers, and they don't want one side to dislike them. Not that people's egos are tied to these things, but sometimes there are. Sometimes people's egos are tied to this thing. So then Libra moons and Taurus moon, they're like accessory to people's egos. Just agree with you. They're the perfect yes person. They go along with everything that you say to them. So in that way, they're very similar. They play both sides. When I say they play both sides, they're not opinionated. They don't vocalize what they genuinely want. And in that way, they're both two-faced, which is why both of these signs are not the cup of tea of people who appreciate someone who's genuine. If you are a genuine person and you're forthright and you want someone that is forthcoming with their opinions, you're not gonna like Taurus moon or Libra moons, because they're more concerned with being liked and appeasing everybody than telling you what they really think. And they're also conflict averse, like Libra moon, so everything's going to be shoved under the rug, and then eventually they'll erupt at some point, or there's going to be passive aggression, or there's going to be excessive two-facedness, duplicity, if you will, because that's the problem I have with people pleasers. Every single person has their individuality, and they want to ultimately do what they really want to do. And then people who are people pleasers, they are so concerned with being liked and making everybody happy that what they end up doing is they end up doing what they really want to do behind your back. And then the person that they were hiding their true intentions from is going to be like, why didn't you just tell me? So concerned with being the good guy, with appeasing everybody, so everything is shoved under the rug, but then that thing is going to be done behind that person's back. They're a perfect partner to someone who's looking for an accessory to their ego. Someone that's going to be like, yeah, be my yes person. And because Taurus moons are lovely in that way. And like in my friends circle, these people, Taurus moon, Libra moons, these guys have a lot of friends. Everybody knows that when you have a lot of friends, you're not ruffling people's feathers. You're probably a fake individual. Fake individuals have a lot of friends. People who are real, their circle is small, because you can't have a lot of friends if you're ruffling feathers. And so in my circle, when I see people who have a lot of friends, I already know that this person is gonna have some fantastical moon, because they're probably appeasing everybody and not vocalizing what they genuinely feel. And also, like, you see them doing things that they really wanted to do, and you find out afterwards, and you're like, could have shared your opinion, your true opinion, and nobody would have taken offense. But they seem to think that people will take offense. They just want to have lots of friends. Because Aphrodite, Venus, rules these two moons. So it's very important for them to be liked by everybody. In that way, Libra moon and Taurus moon are similar. And then the other thing that where they're different is that Taurus moon it's a tradition. They're a traditionalist. So 2 things to remember about Taurus moon. Number 1, it's the bull, right? Their sign is the bull, so they're stubborn. Then they're a fixed sign. Fixed people are stubborn. Fixed signs are stubborn. It's not easy to change their mind about things. And when you're a traditionalist, because most earth moons are traditionalists, they have high regards for their traditions, their forefathers' traditions. So it's very hard for them to come out of that. Now, in the age of Aquarius, we're going to see dismantling of a lot of garbage, societal norms that we have been taught to believe in, which are completely false and utter garbage. Like, for example, one such garbage, and obviously I'm saying this because I'm an iconoclastic Aquarius. I'm a stellium. So take this with a grain of salt, because it's personally, like, you have to see who's saying it, right? I'm an stellium. I'm a iconoclastic, and I believe that there are a lot of canards and a lot of social norms that were fed to us that were really just canards, and they were thoughtless, baseless. No one really ever pondered, like, why was this said? One such canard is family is everything. Family. How many times have we seen the parental-child relationship is transactional? We're always taught that our parents are, they're selfless, they're caring, they look out for their children's best. Come on, that is the biggest lie ever. If you lucked out with good parents, I personally did, and so I'm fortunate. But when I went out in the world, and I've been working since I was 17, when I saw these things being debunked, because I'm an Aquarius and I am open to accepting these changes and I am progressive that way, I was like, what? I was told a lie? And I changed my thinking right there. I was like, yes, I was taught this, but my foundation of my thinking was corrupt, the way Descartes. So I love philosophy, and Descartes said that in one of his books, he says that, the foundation of your thought process is corrupt because the first brick of that foundation is laid by your parents, because you're a child, and they first of all, the first people that feed your mind is your parents. So they feed their biases, their thinking into you. But you need to dismantle that foundation when you go out in the world, and you need to start experiencing the world and changing your thinking based on what you have seen. So, like I said, I was taught growing up, like everyone else is, that family is the only, people who are loyal to you, or who are good to you, and who are selfless, and who will help you out in your time of need. And that's not true. Because I've seen that when I went out in the world, that, I've seen parents manipulating their children, taking advantage of their children. I've seen that. I've seen parents abusing their kids. So when you go out in the world and you see there's a difference, or there's a stark contrast in what you were taught versus what you're seeing, you need to change your thinking, whatever it is that you thought before. So in that way, Taurus moons are very hard to change, because, like I said, it's a fantastical moon. It doesn't, this bitter truth that parents they're not necessarily selfless, they are selfish, and that they could advance their ulterior motives through their child, that doesn't jive with fantasist thinking. Because fantasists like to believe in everything beautiful and good. And it doesn't sit well with them that, oh my God, like parents, they're such, like, we have this high regard for parents. We put parents on pedestal, or we put like religious leaders on pedestal. And we're like, religious leaders can do no wrong, or parents can do no wrong. And when you tell fantastical folks these things, they're just like, I don't want to hear this, because they're that perfect ostrich. You know, they want to believe in these beautiful narratives that were fed to them. So it doesn't go with, like, and why do you think that these particular placements are drawn to things like religion? Because religion is like one big fantasy of nobility and selflessness, and everybody loves each other, and minus the war aspect and the heinous crimes aspect. But they don't like to look at that, and they just chalk it up to, that's not part of religion. And fantastical folks are drawn to religion because of the pleasant aspects of religion. It's a big one big fantasy, and they want to believe in this, right? And so they're not quick to accept when they go out in the world and they see these differences, like, oh, I was taught this, and then they see something completely opposite. They don't change their thinking. They hold their original thought or the original thing that they were fed in high regard. It's very hard for them to change their mind. They're traditionalist. And traditionalist signs are fantastical, and fantastical signs don't want to deviate from the fantasy that they like to believe in. And this is why fantasist signs also get conned the most. Because, you know when you hear those stories that, like, so-and-so just gave some rando stranger like lots of money, it's because the fantasy was more beautiful to believe in than being precautious and saving yourself and not actually giving them the money. It was more beautiful to believe that this man is sincere with me and is giving me money, free money, than to actually acknowledge, no, this is not real, and why would this person go for me? You see, which one is more beautiful? Obviously, the former is more beautiful to believe in, because this person, like, yeah, they like me, and they're genuine with me, and yeah, they like, they're asking me for money because they really trust me. Because the latter option is, it's bitter, but it's bitter, it's truthful, but it's not nice to believe in about yourself that maybe this person really wouldn't go for you. You see what I'm saying? So bitter truth is not a fantasist individual's cup of tea. They want to hear the pleasant lie, the comfortable lie, than someone putting a bubble in their delusion, in their illusion. So they rather believe in that. Anyways, 22 minutes in, guys. I think I captured everything. If I missed anything, look to the description section. That's where I put the points that I missed out on. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye now.